the Inhumans had a really bad run in the Hey Marvel fans, welcome to my channel. I'm Trey Guillotine and you're watching Daily Marvels, where I've gathered some of the Marvel news from the past week and put it in one place just for you. We may have our Mr. Fantastic for a new Fantastic Four reboot. Phase 4 of the MCU could be bringing a new cosmic team. And we may see the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around so others can join in the conversation. Recently, when he was talking about his new movie, A Quiet Place, John Krasinski answered the question that yes, he would love to play Mr. Fantastic in a Fantastic Four reboot. Well, specifically, the question was asking if he would like to play Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four. He specifically answered that he would love to be a part of one of the big comic book superhero movies because he's a big fan of the movies himself. And fans have been dreamcasting John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic for a while, and I think he would actually do really well in the role. Of course, John Krasinski's big claim to fame was as Jim in The Office, but since then he's definitely been taking on more serious roles, like the new Jack Ryan series that's coming out on Amazon, like his new movie A Quiet Place, which I'm pretty sure he also directed that movie as well. I'm not sure. It looks like a good movie, but it looks like a good horror movie, and I have no desire to see that. But I think because of his established comedic range as an actor and his kind of working to get more dramatic roles, I think Fantastic Four would be a good middle ground where he could show off both. As dramatic as Marvel Studio movies can be, they also will always have kind of a light comedic element to them. So doing Fantastic Four would actually kind of be a major course correction from the past Fantastic Four films, where it was like the really campy, absolutely ridiculous Fantastic Four movies, and then Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and then there was the incredibly boring, melodramatic Fant4stic that came out with Fox a couple of years ago. So having a Marvel Studios movie where it's really a good blend of both drama and humor, I think would be a really good fit for John Krasinski. Rumors are circulating that Phase 4 of the MCU, which will officially start after Avengers 4. So I said that Phase 4 was going to be kind of a flashback between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Phase 4. It looks like that's not going to be true, and that Phase 4 will start after Avengers 4. So we're still going to be in Phase 3 until after Avengers 4. But it looks, Avengers 4. But after Phase 4, it looks like that we are going to be getting a new, rumors say that we're going to be getting a new cosmic superhero team called the Eternals. I have never heard of these before, which were kind of the same situation as Guardians when they first came out. Very few people actually heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, it looks like they're going to be doing the same thing with this new team, the Immortals, which I actually had to look it up as to who these are. Apparently, they are a race of humans who were experimented on long ago by the Celestials, which were the giant beings that we actually see in Guardians of the Galaxy. That Nowhere is out of is a station inside a Celestial skull. We saw an image of a Celestial with the Power Stone in Guardians Volume 1. So those are the Celestials, and they experimented on humans because of their vast genetic adaptabilities. So they experimented on the humans and made them the Immortals, and these experiments actually led to the Kree later on using similar methods to experiment on humans and create the Inhumans. So essentially the Immortals are kind of like the prototype of the Inhumans, or the original Inhumans. But looking this up, I actually read something really interesting, is that the experiments led the Celestials and the Kree to mutating human genetic material, and it was the way that they said, it was the way that they described mutations, that I wonder if these experimentations could possibly lead to to the creation of mutants and the X-Men in the MCU. I know that's not how it is in the comics, at least I'm pretty sure that's not how the mutants came about in the comics or originally, that they are just humans who are mutated and genetically different, and that's kind of like where the DNA of humanity is going. But I'm just wondering if these mutations could kind of serve as a jumping off point for what creates the mutants in the MCU. That's just a theory that popped in my head when I was researching the Immortals, but that is who the Immortals are. I mean, I'm not excited, but I'm not excited. I'm interested to see who these characters are, what this team is like. They do sound a lot like the Inhumans, and unfortunately, the Inhumans had a really bad run in the MCU so far. They were supposed to be a movie, and then they made it into a TV show, and then it was one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen. So it was canceled before it even premiered. So hopefully that's not what's going to happen with the Immortals, that they'll get a strong movie and we'll actually get to see a strong story, a strong cosmic story from the Immortals. So with Phase 4 going more into the cosmic side and bringing in the Immortals, they're actually working with James Gunn to kind of figure out the direction they want to go with the cosmic MCU, and that they might even introduce some of the Immortals in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is said that might be the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie that we see. At this point, it's fairly obvious that Marvel wants to focus on trilogies for their heroes. And even though they appear in different movies and are there in more than a trilogy, Iron Man 3, like the Iron Man trilogy, like the Thor trilogy, like the Captain America trilogy. But does that mean that we'll never see the Guardians like Star-Lord or Gamora or Rocket and Groot and Drax and Mantis? Does that mean that we'll never see them again? No. If you want to look at just an example of what could happen after the final movie of a hero, look at Iron Man. We had Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, and even though we've had off and on rumors of Robert Downey Jr. making Iron Man 4, nothing really concrete has come from that, and we're pretty sure that we're staying at Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, but after Iron Man 3, Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark and Iron Man still have a presence throughout the MCU. Tony Stark had a huge presence in, of course, Captain America Civil War, had a huge presence in Spider-Man Homecoming. So I have a feeling that even after Guardians 3, we could still see characters like Star-Lord, like Rocket and Groot somewhere in the cosmic MCU. And I think what should happen with the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise is that it should kind of become like the Cosmic Avengers. That from what I understand, that the roster of Guardians of the Galaxy is always changing. Heroes are coming and going within the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think even if we get a third final volume of Star-Lord and Gamora and Rocket and Groot and Drax and Mantis and maybe even Nebula, that after Guardians 3, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of becomes the big crossover event for many of the cosmic heroes that we see, like the Immortals, like Captain Marvel, like any of the other cosmic heroes that they may want to introduce in Phase 4 and Phase 5, and that the kind of Guardians of the Galaxy would be the big crossover event whenever all of those cosmic heroes come together, not on Earth, far out in the galaxy. What do you think of these Daily Marvels? Let me know in the comments and follow me on all the internets. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it around so others can join in the conversation. If you want to check out my written reviews of Marvel TV shows and movies, go to www.treyguillotine.com. And if you want to be featured in an upcoming episode of What You Gaming On, make sure to email me at whatyougamingon@gmail.com and tell me what game you've been playing and what you like about it. Also, check out Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Cinematic Universe TV, where you can join myself and other fans talking about our favorite aspects of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And subscribe to my channel to geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun.